His boots came through that swinging door. The whiskey turned to smoke and shame when the dead man's shadow touched the flame. There were bullet holes in his long black coat and a hangman's scar around his throat. He laid one shell by the candlelight, said, "Boys, we settle accounts tonight." The card hands froze, the piano quit. The devil himself leaned back from it. Then the floorboards groaned like they knew the game, and the barroom feared his name. The barroom feared his name. The fire knew his face. He came back from dying with hell out of place. No bottle, no bullet, no sinner's claim could stand in the smoke when the barroom feared his name. The sheriff had sold him for cattle land, with a silver badge and a shaking hand. The mayor poured lies in a crystal glass, but truth walked in like a thunderclap. He said, "I heard you laughing when they cut me down. I heard you cheering from the edge of town. Now every toast that you raised for me is coming back with interest and misery." The lamps burned blue, the windows cracked. The guilty prayed, but no prayer came back. And out in the street where the red dust flamed, the whole West feared his name. The barroom feared his name. The fire knew his face. He came back from dying with hell out of place. No bottle, no bullet, no sinner's claim could stand in the smoke when the barroom feared his name. I ain't here to drink, I ain't here to laugh. I came for the cowards who wrote my epitaph. You put my name in the dirt, now I'll put yours in the flame. And by sunrise, this bar will remember my name. No last call, no mercy game. The dead walked in, and the barroom feared his name. He came back from dying with hell out of place. No bottle, no bullet, no sinner's claim could stand in the smoke when the barroom feared his name. The barroom feared his name. The devil stepped aside. One outlaw returned with the grave in his eyes. Glass falls and the red lamps fade. Don't whisper too loud what the dead man made. The sundown bled on the courthouse wall, and the black hat rider came for all. His coat was torn, his hands were burned, and every guilty head slowly turned. They said he died where the canyon splits, with a bullet deep and a curse on his lips. But dust rose up from the western ground, and sinners ran from sundown. The preacher dropped his silver cross, the sheriff felt his courage lost. Then the wind cried low through a ghost town sound, and sinners ran from sundown. Sinners ran from sundown. Fire chased the sky. The dead man came walking with hell in his eye. No prayer could save them, no law stood proud. The devil looked west when sinners ran from sundown. He kicked the door of the judge's room with a thunder step and a mouth of doom. Said, you sold my blood for a clean white lie. Now truth rides back and it don't ask why. The banker cried with his Bible close. The mayor hid where the black smoke rose. But every sin that they buried deep woke up hungry from a dead man's sleep. The bar lights cracked, the gallows swayed. The righteous begged and the wicked prayed, but no one hid when the gun smoke crowned the reason sinners ran from sundown. Sinners ran from sundown. Fire chased the sky. The dead man came walking with hell in his eye. No prayer could save them, no law stood proud. The devil looked west when sinners ran from sundown. I never asked to be feared, I asked for truth. They gave me a grave, they gave me rope, they gave me silence. So I came back loud enough for every sinner to hear my boots. Red sky burning, black dust crown. I rose with the sun, and they all ran down. But judgment rode faster and called every name. When the red light falls on a lawless town, count your sins quick, sinners run from sundown. Bye. They said no grace lives west of hell, where the burned men ride and the church bells fell. But he came walking through the red dust wide, with a dead man's grin and a fire inside. His coat was torn, his boots were black, had 3 old scars running down his back. The bartender crossed himself too late when the outlaw stepped through the devil's gate. They left him low by the sinner's well, swore his soul had gone to hell. But the grave caught smoke and the night wind yelled, there ain't no grace west of hell. No grace west of hell, no mercy in the sand, just fire in his shadow and judgment in his hand. He don't kneel, he don't beg, he don't run when the black bells kneel. The devil knows his name too well. No grace west of hell. The sheriff said, boy, this town is mine, with a trembling gun and a crooked spine. The outlaw said, you sold my blood and buried the truth in holy mud. The windows cracked, the piano died, every guilty man lost his pride. He laid one shell on the barroom floor, said, that's the sound of settling scores. The moon turned red, the candles fell, the preacher whispered, Lord, farewell. And somewhere deep where the dead men dwell, they sang no grace west of hell. No grace west of hell, no mercy in the sand, just fire in his shadow and judgment in his hand. He don't kneel, he don't beg, he don't run when the black bells kneel. The devil knows his name too well. No grace west of hell. I asked for mercy once, they gave me rope. I asked for truth, they buried hope. So I came back mean, with a knife in my chest, and I left forgiveness back east with the rest. No white light, no saving spell, just boots in the dust west of hell. west of hell. No grace west of hell, just smoke and broken chains. A dead man riding thunder through the devil's rain. When the black road bends and the chapel starts to swell, don't look for mercy. There's no grace west of hell. The sheriff saw his grave at dawn, a black hole wide where the dirt was gone. The wooden cross laid split in two, and the wind said, he's coming for you. He had signed the paper, tied the rope, watched that outlaw choke on hope. But now the ground stood open wide, and the dead man's boots were not inside. The sheriff ran to the courthouse bell, but the bell rang back like a sound from hell. Then a voice rolled low through the morning haze. The sheriff saw his grave. The sheriff saw his grave and his courage fell. The man he buried came walking out of hell. No badge, no gun, no law could save. Truth came rising when the sheriff saw his grave. By noon the town had shut its doors. Whiskey spilled on the saloon floor. The judge had packed a silver lies, but fear was standing in his eyes. The outlaw came with a dead man's grin, said, "You boys done fed the fire within. You called me guilty, you called me slave. Now watch me bury what you gave." The jailhouse shook, the windows cried. The sheriff's shadow tried to hide, but every road and every flame led back to that empty grave. The sheriff saw his grave and his courage fell. The man he buried came walking out of hell. No badge, no gun, no law could save. Truth came rising when the sheriff saw his grave. You put me under with your clean little eye. You watched my mother beg the western sky, but dirt remembers, blood don't behave, and I came back breathing from the hole you made. Badge turned black, rope came loose. Dead men rise when they know the truth. When the sheriff saw his grave, the sheriff saw his grave with the cross split wide, and every lie he carried crawled back inside. When the grave stands empty and the black winds wave, there ain't no running from the debt you gave. Under a red moon, with a dead man's grin and a preacher's tune. Spurs rang loud on the canyon stone, like death had finally found its own. He had ash on his coat and fire in his eyes, a mouth full of truth and a fist full of lies. The coyotes cried when he crossed that line, and the devil checked the hour like he was running out of time. They said he burned in the valley below, where no grass lives and no clean winds blow. But the hoofbeats came like a funeral drum, and every sinner knew what was coming on. Black horse, red moon, riding straight through a dead saloon. Fire in his hands, dust in his lungs. Hell got quiet when the outlaw come. Black horse, red moon, no grave, no chain, no mercy soon. If you hear those boots, you best make room for the black horse under the red moon. Bartender whispered that man ain't real, then dropped his glass when he heard the steel. The piano died in the middle of a note when the outlaw stepped in, wearing death like a coat. He said, I ain't looking for trouble tonight, I'm just collecting what was stolen in the light. A man can forgive what a coward confesses, but blood still answers when the whole town blesses. The windows shook, the whiskey ran. The sheriff forgot he was a brave old man. And out in the dark, where the hell winds bloom, stood a black horse under a red moon. Black horse, red moon, riding straight through a dead saloon. Fire in his hands, dust in his lungs. Hell got quiet when the outlaw come. Black horse, red moon, places men don't name. I drank from smoke, I slept in flame. The devil said, "You're mine by right." I said, "Then ride with me tonight." No law behind me, no God in sight, just a red moon burning and a dead man's right. Desert turns silent and the bar lights die. You'll hear that horse where the damned men ride. They dug 6 holes by the county line for 6 bad men with borrowed time. The sheriff swore by the morning sun that Outlaw's dead would be done. But the wind came low and the sky turned red, and every horse in town bowed its head. Nobody laid where the law had sworn, just a black coat hanging on a thorn. The preacher said, "Don't speak his name." The hangman said, "Don't touch that chain." Then the jailhouse cracked and the west wind moaned. The law won't find his bones. The law won't find his bones. No grave, no stone. He walked through fire and came back alone. He's dust in the thunder, smoke in the unknown. You can hang his shadow, but the law won't find his bones. He rode at dusk through a dead saloon with a black hat low and a butcher moon. The cardmen froze when the spurs hit wood, and the bartender whispered, "This ain't good." He said, "I came for the men who lied, the ones who smile when my brother died. I ain't here to drink, I ain't here to stay. I'm just here to drag your sins away." The courthouse bell split clean in two. The candles burn with a flame gone blue, and somewhere deep where the devil groaned, even hell couldn't count his bones. The law won't find find his bones. No grave, no stone. He walked through fire and came back alone. He's dust in the thunder, smoke in the unknown. You can hang his shadow, but the law won't find his bones. I heard the law read my ending. I heard the dirt call me home. But a man with unfinished vengeance don't belong to worms or stone. So tell the judge I'm still walking. Tell the devil I'm still low. Tell every coward hiding tonight I remember every road. No pine box, no holy ground. I was buried once, but I didn't stay down. Inside the jail. When the night rides west and the red wind moans, lock your door and say your prayers. The law won't find his bones. Won't find his bones. Found him bleeding by the chapel stairs, with a Bible torn and unanswered prayers. The preacher said his soul is gone, but the dead man's boots kept marching on. He had ash in his beard and blood on his sleeve, a heart too mean for the grave to keep. When he crossed that town in the cold moonlight, even the angels locked the gates up tight. They said hell had called him by his name, but hell spit him back through smoke and flame. Then heaven turned and the black bell shake, for the outlaw heaven wouldn't take. He was the outlaw heaven wouldn't take. Hell couldn't hold him, death couldn't break. He rose from fire with a loaded fate. The outlaw heaven wouldn't take. No prayer could clean him, no grave could make him stay. He came back burning like judgment on on the way. The sheriff said you best stand down, but his voice went weak when the smoke came round. The judge hid low behind courthouse wood, while the outlaw smiled like thunder would. He said, I ain't here for your mercy line, I came for the truth you buried with mine. You sold my soul for a rich man's plate, now I'm what heaven wouldn't take. The lanterns cracked, the horses screamed, the devil woke from a whiskey dream, and the whole West knew when the black door shake, he was the outlaw heaven wouldn't take. He was the outlaw heaven wouldn't take. Hell couldn't hold him, death couldn't break. He rose from fire with a loaded fate. The outlaw heaven wouldn't take. No prayer could clean him, no grave could make him stay. He came back burning like judgment on the way. I knocked on heaven, they knew my face. They said, son, you're carrying too much smoke for this place. So I turned back west, where the bad men sleep, and gave hell a reason to pray for peace. No white gate, no saving light, just black dust rising in the dead of night. Couldn't break. He rose from fire with a loaded fate. The outlaw heaven wouldn't take. No prayer could clean him, no grave could make him stay. He came back burning like judgment on the way. He was smoke on the altar, in the rain, a dead man walking with a living flame. When the chapel doors tremble and the red skies wake, don't pray for the outlaw, heaven wouldn't take. With a rattlesnake cross and a bullet nearby. The vultures circled, but they would not land. Like they knew damn well he was more than a man. He came from nowhere with the sun burned black. on his shoulder and a knife in his back. 3 men swore they had put him down, but 3 graves opened on the edge of town. The preacher said, "Son, let your sins wash away." He said, "Save your water, dust, don't pray." Then the floorboards cracked and the lantern swayed. When he spoke those words no saint would say. Dust, don't pray. Fire, don't kneel. Dead men rise when the curse gets real. He walked through smoke, he came through flame. Hell said his name, but dust don't pray. He rode into town with a coffin grin. Said, "I heard there's a dead I'm still living in." The banker froze and the sheriff turned white when the outlaw stepped through the door that night. He said, "You sold my land and you stole my blood, then buried the truth in the red clay mud. Now the dirt's come knocking with a loaded hand, and the last prayer left is where I stand." The church bell screamed, the dogs ran low, the sky split wide with a copper glow, and the devil watched from a mile away, 'cause even he knew that dust don't pray. Dust don't pray. Fire don't kneel. Dead men rise when the curse gets real. He walked through smoke, he came through flame. Hell said his name, but dust don't play. I was made from hunger, I was raised by heat. I learned God's voice from dirt under my feet. So don't ask me for mercy when you never gave mine. I came back from the grave to collect what's divine. Ash to ash, dead to dead. I ain't forgiven, and I don't forget. It's real. He walked through smoke, he came through flame. Hell said his name, but dust don't pray. Dust don't pray, blood don't lie, the guilty shake. When the dead walk by, he carved his truth in the judgment clay. The devil backed down, 'cause dust don't pray. Turns black and the church doors sway. Lock up your sins, 'cause dust don't pray. preacher's call. City old blood, city old sin. Said no man rides out clean again. He came back wearing a coal black vest, with a burn mark carved across his chest. Laid one coin on the barroom wood, said that's all I owe, and I paid it good. The judge went pale, the sheriff froze, the candle flames bent down low, and the dead man smiled and the room went wet with the cold hard weight of a dead man's dead. Dead man's dead, paid in fire, black smoke rising from the liar's choir. No grave, no rope, no last regret. Hell keeps counting on a dead man's debt. He rode through rain that smelled like rust, past the chapel drowned in desert dust. Every name that had done him wrong was beaten inside like a war drum song. He said, I ain't here to beg for grace, I came to put fear in a guilty face. You sold my soul for a banker's breath, now you answer to a dead past death. The piano cracked, the whiskey spilled, every brave man lost his will, and the devil leaned from the black sunset just to witness that dead man's dead. Dead man's dead, paid in fire, black smoke rising from the liar's choir. No grave, no rope, no last regret. Hell keeps counting on a dead man's dead. I heard every coin hit the table, I heard every coward say my name. But when a man is buried with unfinished fire, the dirt becomes a doorway. And tonight, I came to settle the bill. My breath, I came back living on a dead man's debt. Devil's door. When the last bell breaks and the black roads sweat, lock your sins up tight, here comes a dead man's debt. high in the sky, where the black rope swung and the vultures cried. They said his boots would never touch ground, but the whole town shook when the smoke came down. His coat was burned, his jaw was split, but his eyes still carried a funeral lit. The hangman ran with a mouth gone dry when the dead man opened his one good eye. The preacher dropped his book in fear. The sheriff whispered, he can't be here. But the rope still smoked and the crowd stepped back when the outlaw rose from the gallows black. Smoke from the gallows, fire in the sand, a dead man walking with judgment in his hand. No mercy left, no holy ground, when the smoke from the gallows comes rolling down. In a Sunday suit, the judge drank blood from a silver boot. They watched him swing for the crimes they made, then prayed real loud while his mother prayed. He said, I heard her crying through the dirt, I heard every laugh, I felt every hurt. Now every soul that bought my rope will learn what rises when you bury hope. The red moon bled on the courthouse stones, the devil counted every bone. But the west went still when the sky turned brown, and the smoke from the gallows came rolling down. The smoke from the gallows, fire in the sand, a dead man walking with judgment in his hand. No mercy left, no holy ground, when the smoke from the gallows comes rolling down. They tied the rope, they read the law, they smiled like wolves at the last breath I saw. But smoke remembers, ash has teeth, and every wrong man standing will answer underneath. Burn that rope, break that crown, I rose up black when the smoke came down. From the gallows comes rolling down. Smoke from the gallows, black in the rain. One outlaw rising with a thunder name. If the rope starts swinging and the night turns red, don't look to the gallows, look for the dead. one black coat and a heavy load, a Bible cracked in his left hand, a pistol carved from judgment sand. The town went still when he crossed that line, with hellfire burning in both his eyes. He tipped his hat at the chapel door, said, "I ain't your preacher anymore." They nailed his name to a sinner's wall, said he was dead, said he lost it all. But the grave kicked back and the thunder split when the preacher came walking with a pistol grip. He's a preacher with a pistol, the sermon in his hand. He came back from the fire to judge a wicked land. No hymn can save you, no law can stand, when the preacher with a pistol comes walking through the sand. The banker hid behind a seated desk, with blood and money tucked inside his vest. The sheriff reached for a holy line, but his shaking hand couldn't draw in time. He said, "You sold poor souls for a silver chain, called it God while you fed the flame. Now every dead that you buried deep is crawling out where the dead don't sleep." The candles died, the choir rang, the devil laughed, then changed his plan. 'Cause the west got cold and the sinners whistled when they saw that preacher with a pistol. He's the preacher with a pistol, the sermon in his hand. He came back from the fire to judge a wicked land. No hymn can save you, no law can stand, when the preacher with a pistol comes walking through the sand. I buried my mercy where they buried my name. I left my forgiveness in the teeth of the flame. Now I don't preach heaven, I don't promise grace. I bring the truth loaded, and I aim it at your face. No white robe, no saving bell, just one black coat back from hell. In the steeple, a curse in the bell, a dead man's gospel dragged straight out of hell. When the church doors rattle and the black winds whistle, say your last prayer to the preacher with a pistol.